From the foregoing, it is clear that man's actions are punished or rewarded by God. For it is his to punish or to reward, whose it is to impose the law. For the givers of the law, by means of rewards and punishments, induce the observance of the law. But it belongs to divine providence to lay down a law for men, as is clear from what has been said above. Therefore it belongs to God to punish or reward men. In addition, wherever there is an order due to an end, it is necessary that that order should lead to the end. But the withdrawal from the order excludes the end. That, of course, they must be, if the end must be followed. And for them existing without hindrance, the end will be achieved. But God imposed a certain order on the actions of men in regard to the end of good, as is clear from what has been said. It is therefore necessary, if that order is rightly placed, that those who proceed through that order attain the end of good, which is to be rewarded. But those who depart from that order through sin are excluded from the end of good, which is to be punished. Still, as natural things are subject to the order of divine providence, so are human acts, as is clear from what has been said. But in both cases the due order may be observed, or even passed over. This is important, however, that the observance or transgression of the due order is established in the power of the human will. But it is not in the power of natural things that they fail from the due order or follow it, but the effects must respond to the causes by conformity. Just as then, natural things, when the due order of natural principles and actions is preserved in them, the preservation of nature and good in them follow of necessity, but corruption and evil when they depart from the due and natural order. So also in human affairs it must be that, when a man voluntarily observes the order of the divinely imposed law, good results, not as if by necessity, but from the dispensation of the governor, which is to reward, and on the contrary, evil, when the order of the law has been passed over, and this is to be punished. Further, it belongs to the perfect goodness of God that he leaves nothing disordered in things, whence we see that in natural things it happens that all evil is concluded under the order of some good, as the corruption of the air is the generation of fire, and the killing of the sheep is the feeding of the wolf. Since, therefore, human acts are subject to divine providence, just as natural things are, the evil that happens in human actions must be concluded under the order of some good. And this is most fittingly done by the fact that sins are punished. For thus, under the order of justice, which leads to equality, are included those things which exceed the due amount. But man exceeds the degree of his due measure when he prefers his own will to the divine will, satisfying it contrary to the ordinance of God. This inequality is removed when, against his will, man is forced to suffer something according to the divine ordinance. It is therefore necessary that human sins should be punished by God, and by the same token, good deeds should receive a reward. Again, divine providence not only arranges the order of things, but also moves everything to the execution of the order established by it, as was shown above. Now, the will is moved by its object, which is good or evil. It therefore belongs to divine providence that it sets forth good things as a reward for men, that the will may be moved to proceed rightly, and that it sets forth evils as punishment, in order that disorder may be avoided. In addition, divine providence has arranged things in such a way that one thing benefits the other. Now a man most conveniently advances to the end of good, both from the good of another man and from evil, while he is stimulated to act well by the fact that he sees that those who work well are rewarded, and while he is recalled from doing evil by the fact that he sees that those who do evil are punished. Therefore it belongs to divine providence that the wicked are punished and the good are rewarded. Hence it is said that Exodus 25, I am your God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children, and showing mercy to those who love me and keep my commandments. And in the Psalm, you will render to each one according to his works. And Romans 2:6, he will render to each one according to his works. Indeed, to those who are according to the patience of a good work, glory and honor. But to those who do not acquiesce in the truth, but believe in iniquity, anger, and indignation. By this means the error of some who say that God does not punish is excluded. For Marcion and Valentinus said that there is another God who is good, and another who is a just God who punishes.